How do you do? We're about to unfold the story of Frankenstein. It is one of the strangest tales ever told. I think it will thrill you. It may shock you. It might even horrify you. Well, we've warned you.
You have been warned. This is the Frankenstein Minute, where we dissect the Universal Frankenstein series minute by minute. I'm Tom Lang.
And I'm Bill Evenson. And this is minute 7 of the original Frankenstein.
Yes, it is.
The first one.
Yeah.
Part 1.
Part 1.
Frankenstein Part 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now we see, I think, possibly why Fritz hesitates.
Yeah.
Because he's being asked to do something physically treacherous.
Well, if you're a dwarf or a hunchback, it can't be fun.
Right.
Scaling the side
And it's
of this.
rickety.
It's rickety. It
it's
wobbles.
A little bit, it wobbles.
Yeah.
This is not a stable gibbet.
Yeah, no, it's not. But there are footholds.
Yeah, that's true.
You
Is that just for convenience for the movie? Or are we to think that that's...
Well, I mean, somebody's got to go up there.
I don't know. I thought about that. Does somebody have to? Or couldn't you? In the Western, they would just throw it over the top.
I suppose.
Probably not very stable to do it that way. You'd want to.
All right. You'd want to tie it
We'll
off.
go with it's part of the universe.
It's
part of the Frankenstein
it's deliberate,
universe.
Yes.
It's deliberate.
And what I was going to mention in the previous episode is there's weight. You can see that the rope is
That's
taut.
true.
There's weight pulling it down. It's not just, for this medium shot as he's scampering out onto the crossbeam.
Yep.
It's not just the rope dangling there. It has the weight of the body.
Yeah, it seems right.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And it looks like a 3D movie. The way it's just
Oh, it's
pointing
just
out
pointing-
at the...
yeah, it's coming right out at
That's
you,
the
yeah.
one shot that would look great in 3D.
Yeah. If they'd have only known.
Could you 3D-ize this? I suppose you could.
You can. I mean, you can do anything.
I guess nowadays you can do anything you want. Have they colorized it yet? Why are we? Why can't I see this movie in color?
We talked about that
Yeah,
before,
no,
didn't
we
we?
don't
Weird
want to-
Science.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. They did. They did
Yeah,
the scene.
a couple
Ugh.
scenes, which
Ugh.
looked terrible. The dog continues to bark throughout. Again, nice little interesting
Yeah.
thing. And Fritz is very chatty.
Yeah, he
He's-
narrates his
He
work.
narrates his movements. Yes.
I thought about this last minute when you mentioned that whale expanded his dialogue.
Yeah.
It was like, it's almost too much at this point. He's
He's
narrating
just
everything
telling
he's
everything
doing.
he's doing.
And Henry is completely ignoring it.
He couldn't care less.
He is facing the other way.
Yeah.
Here comes the knife.
Yeah.
He doesn't say,
Here I-
shut up,
here-
even.
Yeah, here I come. He's just, whatever, dude.
And then he comes down and he says, is it all right? And
all
that
right.
moment to me is his most Renfieldian moment. He really is Dwight Fry right there.
Channeling his inner Renfield. Yes,
Yeah.
his Dwight Fryness.
He's
Yeah.
he's a great, he's great.
He is, and from what I understand, what I've read is he was really good in like light comedy,
Huh.
and he never really got the chance.
Sure.
Because of this and Dracula,
Yeah.
pretty much pigonholed him for the rest of his life,
I imagine so.
which was only another 12 years after
Yeah,
this, which is
that's right.
unfortunate.
a lot of shortened lifespans in this one.
Yeah, but he's and he pops up in 3 or 4 others.
Yeah. In the Frankenstein series.
Yeah, in the Frankenstein
again,
series.
a couple times.
He's
He's
in-
like in like the Devil Bat or
Oh
something.
yeah, he's
isn't
in a
he?
bunch
Or-
of those. Oh, he's in Invisible Man. He's
Is he?
one of the people that call in
watched that in
a
a while.
sighting, so to speak.
Okay.
And of course, he's Carl in Bride. Which
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
he's great. I think
Yeah.
and that character is very bizarre.
And very different.
Yes,
I mean,
very different than
Renfield.
Fritz, yeah.
Renfield's 2 characters, right?
Yeah, right.
You've got the character who goes up there and the character
Who
who
comes down.
comes down the hill.
Yeah.
They're 2 completely different. And like I say, this is his most Renfieldian moment in this because
Yeah.
this character is different than
It is,
Renfield.
yes.
And then Carl is a different character.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's great.
He is. Well, I think.
Is there a statue
there-
for him somewhere?
Well, let's find out where he's from and.
Yeah, where are we going to cover that? I don't have any
I don't have.
Dwight
I
Fry
didn't.
information.
We
can
talked
talk
about him a
that.
bit when his name came up in the credits.
Yeah. He'll be around for a while.
He'll be
can talk
around. We
about
got
it. We'll
plenty of
cover it.
Fritz to cover. And of course, he died a sad death. He was, doing movies during the day, what little work he could get, and then working at an aircraft factory in the evening. and he apparently died on the bus ride home from this job.
Yeah, I guess that does sound familiar.
Had a heart attack, I believe, at like 44.
Jeez.
Something very young.
That is a rough time.
Yeah, well, and it's sort of these films sort of
Take a lot out of you?
Yeah, oh, they must. Well, because you look at them in Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman.
Mm-hmm.
It's like one of the last ones that he's in.
Yeah.
And he looks very thin, very sallow.
It's like a dozen years after this.
Thereabouts, yeah.
Yeah.
44?
I would have guessed 43.
43.
Probably
Probably 43, I think you're right.
Because 43 probably is Ghost. But whatever, they're
No,
right in there.
Ghost is 42. Wolfman
They were
is,
pumping them out at that point.
One a year
so, yeah.
at that, yeah. So obviously, but you look at the short production window of this.
Yeah, right.
It was started after Dracula and came out the same year.
Yeah, it's really remarkable.
Yeah. Anyway, is it all right? No, the neck is broken. The brain is useless. But wouldn't you assume that had the guy been hung?
I thought
the neck
that
would be broken.
I thought that was why you did it.
Right.
I didn't think so. Okay, so maybe apparently I'm wrong.
That depends.
Okay.
I looked into this. Actually.
You did. All right.
I did
Perfect.
look into this. It depends on the method.
All right.
You see like in westerns or where they're on the platform,
Yep.
they drop the trap door and the body jerks down quite quickly.
Snaps the neck. Yep.
So death would be pretty instantaneous. Prior to doing that, they would just sort of let him fall. The weight of the body itself wasn't enough to break the neck. So oftentimes they would hang there for hours, suffocating. Oof. And that's probably why this corpse's feet are bound.
All right.
To prevent him kicking and
I suppose, yeah, right.
So it's not a given that the neck would be broken.
This is nasty stuff. This is Alice Cooper stuff.
This is Alice Cooper stuff. Welcome to my nightmare.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know who this is? The body?
The body? No.
No, because I have a theory about who this is.
You? Okay.
It's Igor.
It's Igor.
So think about it. He's hanged. His neck is broken.
Right.
Henry and Fritz come along, cut him down.
Right.
He looks at it and he goes, "Oh, well, the neck is broken. This is no good. Let's get out of here." Doesn't realize he's saved Igor's life.
That's interesting.
Henry is not only the father of the monster, he's in some way responsible
for Igor.
Not only that, he says this brain's useless. There's no way he's putting that brain in Frankenstein into the monster. And then years later,
his son
does precisely that.
That's interesting.
That's my thought. That's my new theory.
I'm going with it. I like it.
It's official Frankenstein Minute canon.
Yes, it is,
right.
As of now.
There we go. And then he says, we must find another brain, which is a great segue.
It is. And it's interesting because the sequence of scenes is different than in the shooting script.
Okay.
In the shooting script, it goes to the rather pedestrian scene coming up of Victor and Elizabeth. And there's some differences there that we'll get to when we get to that scene. Then it goes to this scene. Then it goes to them visiting Waldman in his I assume it's his office.
Yeah. We'll talk about that. But this is this is better.
But this is better. Yeah, this was Whale shuffling the scenes. It gives it that, yeah.
Yeah. We must find another brain. Where can we find a brain? There's a big sign.
Yeah. Well, it's not quite
Goldstadt Medical College and brains.
It's not quite the Young Frankenstein with the brain depository.
Pretty close.
But it's close.
Pretty close.
It's close. And then, which brings us right around to our dear, dear friend, Edward Van Sloan.
He's barely visible in this, but yeah, he gets a sentence.
He gets a sentence in.
This is Goldstadt Medical
School. If you do the Peter Cushing,
which
then of course we should be saying.
I try to do the Peter Cushing anything.
We should be saying Frankenstein then.
Frankenstein. I'll work on that.
Yeah,
the podcast name is wrong now.
Yes, it's the Frankenstein Minute.
Is this where Henry went to school?
Yeah.
So this is his college.
This is his alma mater. Although he didn't. The impression I get is that he didn't graduate. And he doesn't in the book.
Okay.
He's neither a doctor nor a baron in the book. I mean, they're highbred, but the father isn't a baron. That sort of appears, I think, in some of the plays, something like that.
All right.
But he's not in the book.
It's an interesting thing. I feel like this isn't true anymore, but I've heard it said that in maybe in older films, or just it's easier if you're writing a film sometimes to make somebody highbred, highborn, because then you don't have to worry so much about plot contrivances. Henry's rich.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry
Where
about
is he
why
getting
he's
all this?
got all this shit. He's rich. Just shut up.
He's got the same catalog that Wile E. Coyote does. He's ordering all of his lab stuff from the Acme.
No, see, there you go. You found the problem. Why does Wile E. Coyote have all this stuff?
Right.
Why is he rich?
Yeah,
No
where is he?
explanation.
You don't-
Cartoons
Unless
are
they-
terrible. Hate those.
Unless they are really, willing to extend a line of credit to someone who lives in a cave.
Yeah, well,
You know?
yeah, that's right. It made me think of it. I think that first box set of Looney Tunes when it came out, there's a whole disc that's just Wile E. Coyote.
yes,
Remember
yeah,
this?
yeah.
Because I remember watching it, sitting there, and it gets really repetitive after
Well,
a while.
they-
You start
they-
to lose your mind a bit when you watch it. Yeah.
Can you imagine making them then?
Yeah, I suppose. Well, they were. Yeah. Well, we can do Wile
We
E.
can do
Coyote.
the
Minute.
Wile E.
We
Coyote
probably
Minute.
could do a Looney Tunes podcast.
We
We
could.
could probably do that. Boy.
It's not a bad idea.
Although I don't know how it works. If you do them chronologically,
Oh, God, we'd
it's
be
going to take a
through
long
decades.
time.
Well,
Well,
they're
it would
each
also
only
take a long
7.
time before they kind of get good.
Get good.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Boscos,
The
they get Bosco years.
Bosco's and the buddies. And although Bosco's, what is it, Bosco's Picture Show?
Okay.
There's a sequence where this fox steals his girlfriend. Bosco turns to the camera and says, it's very clear. He says, the dirty fuck. I'm not kidding. Look it up.
Wow.
1930.
But it's a fox, you
2
pointed out.
Right, and
So
people have
maybe
said maybe
he's-
saying the dirty fox, but I'm sorry.
Wow.
I've played it back over and over and over and over.
Sure.
It is the dirty fuck.
So this is that studio. We're going way off
We're
here.
way off track, but who cares?
But it's that's part of the reason with the Wile E. Coyote cartoons are so sort of insane. That's what they're doing is a reaction to what other studios are doing. They're doing like the anti-Disney,
Right.
And the dirty fuck maybe is a little bit maybe pushing it.
Well,
but then
do you-
cartoons then were made to be
well,
watched by
it was-
adults in movie
It was
theaters.
also pre-code,
Pre-code.
as was this. So that's why some things that we'll talk about later were cut and then restored in the 80s.
Absolutely. Well, you've got something grisly going on right here.
Right
which
here,
Is, this
which
is my segue. You got something grisly going on right here, which is Waldman finishing up doing something with a corpse.
Yep.
Which is grisly work, and
It
it's
is.
not dissimilar to what Henry is doing or trying to
Do, yes.
but presumably for a much better purpose.
Well, yeah, here he's obviously a teacher.
Yeah.
In the novel, he's Henry's teacher. He's the one in the novel that inspires Victor to do this in the first place.
And you know that's not. I guess it's not referred to in the movie, but
Well, no, because in the movie I was going to say he's almost this reactionary. We must kill it. We must destroy it.
Yeah.
Every
right.
he grunts. Oh, Frankenstein. We must kill it.
Yes.
He's very reactionary. He's not the friendly, almost avuncular Van Helsing that he was in Dracula. He's much more stern, much
Yeah.
more, again, reactionary.
You know, as you're saying this, though, I'm thinking when I was watching the minutes, one of the things I think about is, that it's still Goldstadt Medical School has to bear this scar of Henry Frankenstein. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, people aren't going to forget that happened.
Right, yeah.
And Waldman doesn't live long enough to have that stain on his career.
No, he
basically.
doesn't. Yeah.
Spoilers.
yeah. Whoop.
Sorry.
Sorry, everybody.
This is a great set. I think
It is.
it looks
It's
great. The
wonderful.
lighting is great.
Yeah,
the
it
set,
is.
the
It's
set
huge
design is
set.
great. It's gorgeous. Everything about it is really cool, and we'll talk a lot about it in the next minute.
Right. All of the sets in this are cool. What I thought was interesting is when they pull the sheet. You get the close up of the feet.
Yeah.
They pull the
3D
sheet over.
again.
3D.
This is the 3D minute.
Well, it is. Well, I mean, Whale does tend to give things a lot of depth.
Yeah, he does.
But there's a little tear in the sheet.
Oh, yeah?
That
I
as they
hadn't
pull it
noticed
over, right as it's right up to the camera.
Does a toe poke out?
No, it's just a little L-shaped tear between the feet.
Okay.
But I thought it was interesting that they didn't no, wait, cut. Let's turn the sheet around.
Yeah.
They left it in.
More likely the opposite. They did it, and then he said, wait.
It's
Let's
kind
cut
of
a
boring.
little,
Let's tear
rip a little piece.
Give it a little more character.
Yeah, right.
Also, he says, ladies and gentlemen,
Yes.
which there are women in the class in the Flory script. I hate to keep harping on it, but they're not. They're all men.
Okay.
It's all
Well,
men.
what are there? That's interesting, too. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so where that decision was made to have it be co-ed.
It's a really interesting decision. I was
Yeah.
going to talk a little bit about it. I have some notes on that for next minute, but I guess we can cover it now.
Well, there's a little. They do the they bump into the skeleton, which has something in its mouth. I just noticed.
Really?
Yeah, the skeleton is hanging there. It's
is
got
it-
like a cloth or piece of
Wow.
paper or something
So it
clenched.
doesn't clatter?
I don't know, but it looks deliberate. I mean, it almost looks like he's got a white bow tie or something. And it's look at the minute, and it's much more
Great.
evident in the next minute.
Again, whale. It could be.
You know, it could be.
Could be a bow tie.
Well,
Yeah.
and you know, when the assistants bump into it and it starts to
Yeah.
jiggle, the students laugh.
Right. And that's where we'll pick up next minute.
Next minute, which is a perfect segue to say,
Yeah.
stay tuned for minute
Minute 8 of the Frankenstein minute. Frankenstein. Apologies, I've got it wrong again.
Belong dead.
Prepare for a spine-tingling, nerve-shattering podcast featuring all your favorite monsters. You won't believe your ears when you listen to Monster Kid Radio. Here are your hosts, Derek M. Cook, and his ever-rotating stable of guests discuss your favorite classic and sometimes not-so-classic monster movies. Subscribe to Monster Kid Radio through iTunes or Stitcher, or visit monsterkidradio.net before the next weekly episode of Monster Kid Radio. Go through the archives for interviews with Sarah Karloff, Victoria Price, and Joel Hodgson. Listen to discussions about movies like Creature from the Black Lagoon, Island of Terror, and King Kong. And don't forget convention coverage from Monster Bash and the H.P. Lovecraft Film Festival. Classic monsters, modern talk, and the head of Rondo Hatton. Only on Monster Kid Radio.